people come from all walks of life. They all have lives they lead. Any and all are welcome here to come and chat with me.
Hi, everyone. Oh, I think you're really going to appreciate today's guest because she's Chilliwack, Chilliwack realtor who's baking a difference one loaf at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, Hanne Selby. All right, there we go. Did I get that all right?
You sure did. You did a great job.
You want to run for mayor?
I could do that too. No problem.
Okay,
Do I have your vote?
Yeah, I'm really curious about you baking a difference one loaf at a time. What is that about and how did it come about?
When it started, I was in the stores when COVID had just started and there was nothing on the shelves. I was in the store at Save-On actually, and an older lady was standing there looking at the shelving and she had nothing in her buggy and she's right by the bread aisle. And she looked very distraught. So I asked her if I could help her. And she said, there's no bread. I need bread. And I asked her if there's anything in my cart that she would like, but there wasn't anything there. So I gave her my card and I told her that I would bake her fresh bread and bring it to her place in the morning. She looked a little skeptical, but she did call me in the morning and I went over with the bread and brought her some jelly and some extra groceries. And she was just stunned and started tears. And then she got me going, of course.
Yeah.
But then I started thinking about there's so many people out there with this stress happening that maybe there's others that need help, whether they're in a large home, they could have lost their jobs, people standing waiting in the buses or the homeless as well. So I started baking 4 breads a day and I would take them with me when I went to work. And if I saw someone, I would just stop and ask them if they'd like a loaf of bread.
Okay, so it's just all like random who you give the bread to.
That's right. That's right.
So is the message getting out there that you are now doing this?
It is getting out there. Actually, Realtor Care is a program that the real estate organization has there. And they highlight people who have actually done things in the community to help others. So I've been very fortunate that it was an honor that they actually recognized me and put that up on the Realtor Care site. Oh,
how exciting is that?
It was lovely of them to do that. And a lovely fellow that interviewed me, which was really nice. Yeah.
So do you have repeat? I don't want to say customers because they're not buying the bread. You're giving it to them, right? Mm-hmm. So do you have repeats?
I don't repeat the people who I give the bread to. I want to try and make a difference for more people anywhere in our community. And it doesn't matter if they're have lovely places or nothing at all. Right. I just want to make sure that they feel good and know that somebody cares.
Yeah, I think it's just it's so awesome. It really is, I mean, yeah, I know making bread is time consuming.
It definitely is.
Because I now making 4 loaves. Are you able to make more than one at a time? Baking them. Are you able to bake more than one at a time?
I can. I've got a few Dutch ovens, but I also bought something called a Challenger, which does it twice as fast, so I can do one at a time.
Oh, I see. Okay, so how long?
A little nicer.
Sorry. How long does it take to bake a loaf of bread?
It takes me 30 minutes to bake it, but I would start the day before, and I have my sourdough starter, and it would be 2 hours, then another 2 hours in between the fold, and a third 2 hours, and then 1 hour after. Then it goes in the fridge until next morning. So there's 7 hours put into it.
That's a lot of work. Absolutely, a lot of time. I mean, you have to wait for the yeast to rise and all to take effect, right?
And you have to knead it in between. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. So now, all right, do you have any plans to expand it, like do anything other than bread? Or you're just going to stick to the bread?
I think I'm going to stick with the bread. I was thinking about doing cinnamon rolls, but then it's so much more work to do that as well. I'd rather just keep it simple. Mm-hmm. And I make bags myself. I've got tea towels I sew into bags and I print on there, baking a difference one bread at a time. This bag actually keeps the bread really nice. Oh. Stores it better than anything else.
Right. No, I know you were offered to, had we met in person, done the interview in person, I would have had, so darn it, I missed out on a loaf of bread.
Oh, you can still get one if you'd like one. No problem.
Now, can we talk about your realty career?
Absolutely.
So when did you start and why?
I I started 35 years ago. My parents and I had a restaurant called the Copenhagen Tea Room that was on 5 corners.
Oh,
And when my father passed away one Easter, my mother didn't have the heart to stay in it. And I'd had several realtors actually that were in there said, you know how to take care of people and you really care about people, you would be great as a realtor. So 35 years later, here I am. And I still love it.
so
Love it.
how was the career going like during COVID?
I was still very busy. There's a lot of people who are now needing to work at home. So what they're doing is they are either selling their home or they're adding an addition to their home. And some people found that they had trouble with making their mortgage. So I would go over and have a look at it. And instead of putting it on the market, this helped them out and see if we can help them instead. And they would maybe put an office in there, or they put a suite in, and they'd either rent the larger area out and stay in the suite until their mortgage was paid down some. So this helps them. And they, I do real estate and I do sell real estate, but I think if you can help people move forward in their life, that's important too.
Yeah, how nice. So for you, it's not about getting the sale.
No, it's not. It's what to take care of people.
That's really good. And I was surprised at, like I live in a condo and there's been a number of places for sale and they sold really fast. And
That's
I was surprised. I really was surprised that people were still moving during this time,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this because more people are working out of home now.
Well, but not my building, I have to say it's we're like 55 plus, so there's not a lot of them still working.
Oh,
But
that's true. But there are also seniors that are selling their home
yeah,
because they're trying to downsize right now, and because they're getting a very good price for their home. So it's makes it very affordable. They can buy their condos cash.
right. Yes. Now, are you married? I think you are, right?
I am. I'm married. My husband was a realtor for 36 years.
Oh,
But I started as his secretary for 1 week, and then I figured I can't work for somebody else. But he was a very good realtor. He did a lot of commercial, and he was a very strong realtor. He did a great job.
oh, he's retired from realty now.
He has retired from realty for about 7 years now.
Does he help you with your baking?
Well, I've taught him how to make sourdough. But he doesn't really help me on a daily basis. He is going to take a loaf out of the oven in a few minutes, but
Probably because you're busy doing this, right?
he also helps me eat them. He goes for a loaf in one a day or one every other day.
Oh, there's nothing better than a fresh loaf bread. I mean, that's how, as a kid, we had fresh bread all the time because that's the only kind we knew.
That's right. It smells so good in the kitchen.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so I'm thinking about what else do you do if you have time to do other things like hobbies or special interests?
Well, I like reading. I love oil painting and going for walks. We have a puppy who loves to go walking right now. So it's like having a child again.
Right.
But, and I've got a mother who's 96. She's still driving and very alert. And she has a little bit of a gift shop that she has gift baskets for realtors, which is really nice.
Oh, very nice.
And hers are nicer than anything I've ever seen. So I do spend time with her as well. And I help her out a little bit with that. But yeah, it's just family time is good too with grandchildren.
Yeah, for sure. Now let's talk about your oil painting. Do you have a particular style of painting?
I like, I do some impressionistic and some realism as well. I took a course from Dawn Carr in the community. You probably know her. Do you know her? I'm not sure. She's retired for some years now, but I did take a course from her and enjoyed it very much. And I've always loved the artistic side.
So what do you do with your painting? Do you sell them? Do you give them away as gifts?
I give them away.
I figured you were going to say that, actually.
I don't sell them. I give them away. I've given to clients and family members, and we have some in the house, but I don't want to overload the walls either with paintings. But it's fun. You see something, you take a picture, and you go, "That would be beautiful up there," and you start painting. I'm doing a BB King right now.
Are you? Oh, that's talent. Like I like to paint, but I'm better at let's say abstract.
Those can be beautiful as well.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough to volunteer at the Culture Center and in the O'Connor Art Gallery, and I have seen many artists painting this. Oh, I love it all. Absolutely.
Yeah, I do too. I like everything. There's some beauty in every painting, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So do you have children? Did you mention you had grandchildren?
I do. They're 8 and 9. And our granddaughter, what she did all summer, she had a little job and she went around, she would take care of everybody's gardens outside, get rid of the weeds and the dead flowers, and she'd water them. And they would pay her, and the money went to the SPCA to take care of the dogs.
Oh, so she's following in grandma's footsteps of being a giver, right?
Yeah. My daughter, they live on a boat in North Vancouver. It's amazing. It's a beautiful lifestyle for them. It is so nice. They've got a boat shed over top, and they've got an area they're building right now for the children up above. And the grandkids help my granddaughter. She has a business called Jack and Audrey's Natural Organic. And her soaps are the best I've ever had. And she's got all kinds of products. They're carried at different town butcher, the little place on Lickman there. They're all over the community. And she gives back to the shelters every year, women's shelters. Every Christmas, she gives a lot.
That's so awesome. Wow.
It is great. We're really proud of her.
Yeah.
And the oldest daughter, she goes out there and buys food, and she'll drop it off for the homeless to make sure they get some food too.
Wow. Now, are any of that, are they at all into realty?
No, they're not. We were hoping that our oldest daughter would, but she doesn't really have an interest in it right now. She has her own interests that she has in her own home and does little crafting things and eyelashes and those type of things. So yeah.
It all sounds really, really nice. Well, I think, I can't think of any other questions I need to ask or I want to ask. I was really interested though to find out about baking a difference. I love the title, Baking a Difference One Loaf at a Time. It is so clever. I really enjoy that.
Oh, thank you. Well, I think people can make a difference. You help one person. My hope here is that people will see what I've done. When they get a loaf, they'll think about somebody else and sort of pay it forward that way and take care of someone in their life.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, just stay on camera for a second, okay?
Okay.
Thank you for watching, everybody. And I really hope you enjoyed listening to Hanne Selby talking about giving back to the community her way. And you can do it your own way. Everybody needs help at some point. And maybe you got someone one time, pass it on. That's my thought anyway. So take care and stay safe and peace out, everyone.
A sense of community, Chilliwack's a place to be. A sense of community where you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see.